Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 11 of Ignite. It's a Sunday yum, and it's really interesting. The last 2 weeks have been Sunday yums on some level. We've been on the floor a lot, and I can feel in me the longing to stand. So tomorrow we're going to start standing. So come lie on your back, and we'll deepen into the hips and twist into the spine. So come. Today I have Chico and Zena. And Zena's a bit of a mess, so she'll probably join us in the class. So great. So just settling in, landing on your back. Widen your shoulders like we practiced yesterday. And even lift your pelvis up and drop it down onto the floor. And then just arching into the lower back and then flattening into the lower back. So as you arch, your bum is still on the floor and there's a space between your lower back and the floor. And as you flatten, there's no space anymore between your lower back and the floor. So it's the pelvic tilt. And just find your breath. Does it move in sync or independently? Can you feel both directions in the movement of your spine? Nice. Flatten your lower back down a little bit and now sway your knees from side to side. As you sway, as you rock from one side to the other. How is that through the pelvis? So before it was the pelvic tilt, now it's the pelvic rock, including your knees. Nice. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Arms are wide. Draw your shoulders backwards. And now deepen a little bit more into the space at the front of your thigh, the front of your hip. So as you rock your knees from side to side, lean into the front of your pelvis. Lean into the front of your thigh. For me, when I do that, I feel a connection from my knee into the deep, roots of my thigh, which are up into my diaphragm and all the way through my belly. You know, a limb doesn't start where it looks like it starts. It's like a tree. You know, the roots are deep in my body. Or, you know, where does connection begin and end? You know, we're all connected. There's nothing separate in you. It's quite amazing. So bring your feet back to center and then slowly roll up and down along your spine. Just listening to your neck. Make sure your neck is comfortable and well. And just travel up and down. As I get to the top of the movement, I'm leaning upwards with my pelvis, just that sense of a push a little bit more. Nice. Next time you rise, pause. Really pushing down into your feet. For me, I connect into my heels. I find all of my toes. I vary slightly. Instead of my knees falling outwards, I let them orient towards each other a tiny bit. It's just an intention of my thighs. Squeeze through the buttocks. Lift a little bit more through the pelvis. And just see, can you deepen your breath? Can you feel the solidness of the floor beneath you as you settle in and breathe? Nice. Lowering all the way down, land on the floor. So bring your palms together and widen your feet a little bit so that they're a little bit more stable. Palms are together, your arms are straight, and they're going to stay straight. So bring both arms over towards the right, and I'm endeavoring to bring the back of my right hand to the floor. My feet stay flat, so I haven't dropped my knees down to the right. My feet are still flat on the floor, and I'm pushing a little bit into my feet. Come back up to center. Rock over towards the left. Back of the left hand comes to the floor, and then back to center. Automatically, my head lifts. Just notice that. We will do a version where our head stays on the floor, but for the moment, as you roll across your shoulders, let your head lift and follow your shoulders. Nice. Great. Come back to center. So do the same movement, but keep your head on the floor. There's a certain point where I just can't go any further. And then come back up. And then over to the other side. Let your head stay on the floor. And just travel from side to side. Just meet that stuckness. That something softened in there. Yeah, so if you keep your head on the floor, listening to your neck, what happens in your body? What do you have to accommodate? Or what changes as you do this? My left shoulder is telling me that there's something tight up around the base of my neck, and it's really softening as I do this movement. It's learning something as I do this movement. Notice for you. Nice. One more time. Again, my feet are staying flat. They're not following me. Back to center. Bring your arms long beside you. Stretch your legs out long and just let that settle. That sense of, I want to bring my hands to my belly, deepen my breath, really connect into this moment in my body. Nice. Bend your knees, feet to the floor, and then reach your right arm overhead so that your right arm is resting on the floor and it's long beside your ear. From here, roll over onto your right side and bring your left hand to the floor just in front of your chest. Draw your left knee up towards your left elbow, and then keeping your torso stable, try and touch the wall behind you with your left toes. So I feel like I'm leaning backwards and I'm opening again through the front of my thigh, the front of my belly. Knee comes forward. Feel the squeeze, pause in the squeeze. And then I'm pulling backwards, try and touch the floor, pause in the lengthening. Nice. Pause in the squeeze. And then lengthening. And how would you connect this movement that the whole time, so rather than there being intensity at the end, how would you create connection? It's almost like a small amount of muscular contraction, a sense of stability through your body. I want to lift my head off my arm More and more, I'm noticing that when my head drops down, I feel like I'm a little bit floppy through my head. So I'm just lifting my head off the floor, off my arm, and I feel this much deeper sense of alignment, of connection. But if your neck doesn't like that, find ways to work around that. Do what you need to do. Nice. Now draw a circle with your left knee in the space above you. And then circle in the other direction. Super cool. Roll all the way onto your back. Pause. Other side. So reach your left arm long. Have it long beside your ear. I'm going to swing. Left arm long beside your ear. Drop both knees over towards the left. And then bring your right hand to the floor in front of you. From here, draw your right knee up towards your right elbow. And then bring your right foot behind you. And again, I'm just going to lift my head like literally 1 centimeter off my arm. It feels like my neck is in line with my spine then. So squeeze your knee forward. And draw your foot back, try and touch the wall behind you. Squeeze your knee forward. Touch the wall behind you. Nice. And then just swing with connection. So for me to find connection here, I slow the movement down and I have more stability through the deep belly. I feel this sense of an anchor for the movement, which allows my leg to feel connected. Deepening into your breath. Again, it's not about doing the movement, it's what do you encounter when you do the movement. That's what's interesting. Now draw a big circle with your right leg. And then circle in the other direction. As I circle, my neck is getting a little bit tired, so I'm actually going to lower my head down. So it's always listening. The other side of my head didn't get tired, and I'm like, oh, I wonder, does something work a little bit more on the right side of my neck? Interesting. I didn't know that before. Always encountering new parts. It's quite amazing. So all the way back onto your back. Pause. Feeling the right side of your body, right side of your face, your jaw, your throat, your neck, your shoulder, rib cage, hip, thigh, leg. And then left side, face, jaw, neck, shoulder, rib cage, waist, hip, thigh, calf. Nice. So roll over onto your belly, all the way over. And from here, bend both elbows so that your head is resting on the back of your hands and both hands are there on top of each other. Nice. Bend your right knee and then lift your right knee off the floor. Lower it down. And give energy into your toes like you're trying to touch the ceiling behind you. So it's a very similar movement to what we did a few moments ago, but different because we're lying in a different way. So touch the ceiling, knee down, relax your bum, touch the ceiling, knee down, relax your bum. From here, I'll do it sideways here. Lengthen your left arm long. So my left arm is long and out beside me. My head is still resting on the back of my right hand. And then lift your right knee off the floor and then try and bring your right foot in the direction of the floor behind you. And my head is still resting on the back of my right hand. So there's this wonderful sense of my right shoulder also balancing into the equation. Come back to center and then just rock in and out there. How would you be connected here? For me, I have to listen to that left shoulder. Really deepen my breath into the rib cage to soften the rib cage on the right. I feel the sense of my belly rolling across that left thigh. Nice. One more time. Pause. So the floor isn't important. It's like where over towards the left with your right foot do you hang out in wellness? Deepen your breath into your belly, lean into the front of your thigh, let your spine get longer. Really empower your shoulders, lengthen the spine, deepen the breath. Cool. Come all the way back. Pause. Bend both elbows, breathe into your belly, maybe rock your bum from side to side. Nice, other side. So lengthen. First off, bend your left knee, lift your left thigh off the floor. Lower it down. Lift. Lower it down. Lift. And lower it down. Stretch the right arm long and out to the side. Keep your head low to the left hand. And then rock the left foot over towards the right side. Breathing into it. And then come back to center. Nice. Remember, whatever version of this you do is what you should be doing. Yeah. So, rocking your left foot behind you. What do you meet? Shoulder, pelvis, thigh, hip, rib cage. One more time. Pause in the deep of it. So, the deepest point should be the deepest point of wellness, not the deepest point of agony that you can endure. Remember that. So, right now, is this too strong? And how would you make it actually comfortable? So, lengthen through the spine, widen your shoulders, deepen your breath. How would you make this more comfortable and juicy in your body? Nice. Come back to center. Cool. So, from here, bring your elbows to the floor, reverse back, come onto your hands and knees, and just come into your cat pose. Arching, rounding. And then lean over and look towards the left. And lean over, look towards the right. And just lean. How do you make this movement a bit deeper in your body? For me to do that, I lean the pelvis from side to side. I look with my head a little bit more, like my ear is trying to come back towards my hip. Super. Cool. From here, draw your right knee forward between your two hands. Bend the left knee and bring the left foot to the floor near your bum. And then bring your elbows either side of that right knee and rest your weight down onto that right knee. As always, listen to your knees. And so find the way that you do this. So we're just settling the deep of our weight down onto the right thigh. Breath is in your belly. How would you engage your shoulders? Lengthen through the spine. What's the alignment of your neck right now? Neck to shoulders. What's your jaw doing? What's the grimace on your face or the expression on your face right now? Can you soften and enjoy by smiling a little bit, softening the belly, settling your weight? Nice. Hands to the floor. Push back. Other side. Bring your left knee forward. Bend your right knee. Bring your foot in the direction of your bum. And then rest yourself down. And just weight travels down. Again. Can you soften the expression on your face? Slight smile. And you settle your weight down a little bit more. You soften the rib cage to mold a little bit more around that left thigh. Nice. And then come all the way up. Come up to sit and bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. And then just rock, so you lift one bum and then you lift the other bum. So last night was the full moon, and I went for this absolutely glorious swim last night. Um, there was a few people on the beach, kind of spread around. The tide had been full maybe an hour beforehand. There was this beautiful, I'll show you some pictures I took. Nice, settle, hold on to your shins, sit up tall. And I had this question this morning: how do we know that it's the full moon? Like, it's the biggest planet that we know, and it pulls all the water on the planet towards it. And we are so much water. So just checking in. And it's not necessarily that there's a certain feeling, but there must be some feeling. So right now, as you rest on the floor, sitting here, just notice the feeling in your body. The sense of your belly, the length of your spine, the sense of the skin and the boundary of you. And then the water of you, the fluid of you. Is it expanding? Is it falling? Who knows? I don't even know what I'm looking for when I look for sensations here. But I'm like, there must be something. So just feel that, whatever that is. Feel into your body in this moment. Nice. So come lie on the floor. Come, lie on the floor. Soles of your feet together, same position, but soles of your feet together, hands on your belly. So just feel into whatever there is. The feeling of your body, the feeling of this moment, the feeling of your breath. The floor, it's there. Your clothes are there. The mat is there. Just be with all that is. Nice. So stay there. Resting there, hands on your belly. Maybe twist from side to side. Maybe squeeze your knees up towards your chest. Settling in. I did say I was going to show you some pictures, but if you're all lying on the floor, that's a little bit trickier. Let's see. Are they here? Oh, yes, they're there. So, dun dun dun. So the one there with the sky was all yellow. Oh, it was so stunning. And then the sea, when I was in the water, the colors don't do it justice now, but when I was in the water, there was this incredibly beautiful peachy pink reflection on the surface of the water, and it was like oil as I floated in the water. It was amazing. Um, so yeah, maybe get down, get out into nature, notice the sea, whatever body of water is near you at the moment. Notice, be with it, connect to it, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And we're gonna stand. Yeah. I can feel. I'm just like so ready to stand now. It was amazing. This morning I was, doing our stuff, and I was just like, oh, and tomorrow we stand. So great. Be well. Enjoy your day, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.